Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Mid Week Musings, where nostalgia lives, phantom thrives, and those treasured pieces of plastic we all grew up with, collect and display with pride, they still give us those warm, fuzzy feelings. I'm your host, Clinton, and today we're diving into the heartbeat of a phenomenon that spans generations, cultures, and collectibles around the world, the mass appeal of action figures, and why collecting them has evolved from a childhood pastime into a way of life. Now, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are more than a franchise. They are a cultural time capsule. Born in the underground pages of Mirage Studios, raw, experimental, and unapologetically different, they evolved into a global phenomenon that defined a generation. And at the heart of that evolution was something tangible, something you could hold, pose, and bring to life: toys. For kids, Playmates wasn't just a toy line, it was a universe: vehicles, play sets, mutants, endless imagination in plastic form. And for collectors, that legacy never faded, it basically just evolved. Now, NECA gave us the comics as they were meant to be seen. Super 7 captured the feeling of childhood. Mezco reimagined the Turtles as premium art pieces. And JoyToy pushes the boundaries of what modern toy engineering can achieve. Each line represents a different era, a different interpretation, a different emotional connection, and that's the magic of TMNT. It belongs to everyone, kids discovering it for the first time, and for us adults who never really left it behind. Because in the end, it's not just about the turtles, it's about what they meant to us. Now, before we start the show, always a special shout out to SUGO Toys for sponsoring this episode. So make sure you stick around to get a special discount code for the night. Full transparency here again. None of the toys here were provided as cash for comment. Everything was purchased by each and every one of us. So as always, sit back, crack open a drink, live vicariously through us, and like all other toy channels and everyone doing a video podcast, allow us to be those wankers tonight.
This episode of Toy Reel is proudly brought to you by SUGO Toys.
Okay, up first, our resident toy reviewer, an individual that often slimes himself with anything Ghostbusters related, someone who has no shame when it comes to his bed covers, and always shows up on a team when you need him to, Jason DeBruce. How are you going, Jace?
I'm doing well. I'm not
Okay,
on that.
well, I got to, hang on, are you on? Let me have a look. At this stage. Yeah, you should be able to. Why are you not on? Come on, buddy. Are you on?
Is it because you've got yourself in full screen?
I do. There we go.
There we go.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Well,
That's good.
I'm sick, but I'm doing well.
It's okay. Pretty cool bed covers back there.
Yep. Bathed in green.
Yep.
As
very good. I love it. That's your color, because on all our resident toy reviews, Jason has his green as his sort of Pantone theme color. Correct?
Something like that, yeah. I have a thing for green.
Yeah,
or
good.
blue-green, as the case may be.
Nice. Cool. All right. Next up from the suburbs of Guido Hatzis, our in-house sports and toy connoisseur, an avid cult and tragic supporter, and a man of my own heart when it comes to the Ninja Turtles, Mr. Talon Appler. How you going, Talon?
Evening. How are we? I'm doing well.
That's good. You excited for tonight's episode?
Yeah. Well, I think it's something we've had on the back burner for a while. So it's a topic that we've wanted to discuss for some time. Obviously, turtles are, very synonymous, not just in pop culture, but toys as well, especially. Obviously started from the comic book that Eastman drew in their college dorms, and we all know how big it is now. So look forward to dissecting it.
Absolutely. Yep, we will definitely delve deep into that tonight. There's a lot to get through as well, and we have one sort of comment ready. Evening, Jonathan Hawkins. How are you going? As always, lovely for you to join us. Next, coming all the way from the Hills District. I was going to say Hills District. That's the one. The Ron Jeremy doppelganger. Consistent kind of guy and lover of not just Transformers, but a plethora of other toy licenses, and the recent owner of some JoyToy pickups, Mikey Siciliano. Hello.
Hello, yes. Some pickups that I have been looking forward to unboxing for quite some time now. The line that you showed me a couple of figures from, you basically showed me it's the full Turtles from it. I'm just like, yep, gotta have that. So I decided to pick up the entire line, and I have selected two of my most anticipated figures from this line, and I will be having a look at them today. So yeah.
Very good. And well, boys, you know what? We have a little surprise tonight. Our prodigal son, longtime member of Toy Reel, a man who will drive anywhere to pick up a toy. Our very own Mark Nichols and a true turtle loyalist, Andrew.
Oh, that's cool. Hey.
Hello.
Oh, Mark Nichols is back. Isn't that a surprise?
He's back. It's awesome to be back with you guys. Unfortunately, under a bit of a cloud. The time that I've got here is recovery time. I had a bit of a prang at work and may have broken both my arms, but a bit of time off work, so I got a bit of downtime. So I get to hang out with you boys.
No unboxing.
You know you need. Yeah, I was about to say, you need your arms, eh? You kind of need those things.
I've got a weight restriction on my hands, but like 250 grams on my right hand. I think I should be right to open up some turtles. I reckon will be good.
Yeah, let's open up some turdies.
Nasty little accident, but good to hear that you're well, mate.
I'm fighting fit. It'll take more than that to take me down, but I'm just happy to be here. Happy to see everyone again.
Oh, awesome.
We have actually, Andrew and I have a bit of a history. I mean, this sounds really odd, but I've known Andrew since 1999. He drove all the way to my place in Wyndham Street in Alexandria many moons ago.
And what was that buying?
26 years. You came over to buy Mezco's Reservoir Dogs figures. Yep, I remember that.
Right.
And
there's been turtles in between and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, there's been turtles in between. You've come to my place. I mean, before we even reconnected again, there was this guy that always used to call and say, "Oh, I'll drive around tonight." Actually, I can remember vividly. You came, like I said, in 1999 with a mate. You had a big bushy beard, full head of hair back then.
Yep, yes, that's right.
And then after that, you came over one night and bought, I think, a Predator figure. Yep. It was like 11:30 at night, and it was, I can't remember which brand. It was a third-party brand of something. Right. And you came over and you and then after that, I came back from the US and I bought all these different box sets of the Turtles, the NECA cartoon animated series, and then you came and picked it up from my work joint.
I did
in Mascot. And then we reconnected again after all these years. So there you go.
It was one of the collector cons. I think that was finally that we actually had a good conversation, because there was one where you bought a Darth Maul off me from my table, and I watched you review it after the fact, which was cool.
Yeah,
and I think it was the next convention was when we started chatting properly. So it's good. But yeah, it's been a long-term acquaintance, but a good friendship since. So it's great.
Yeah, and I still couldn't believe how much I picked up that Darth Maul for.
I know. I picked it up cheap, so I'm always going to pass on stuff cheap if I get it cheap. So.
Yeah, good like that. So how is everyone else? Good. I'm sure everyone's surprised to see Mark Nichols.
Very happy.
I honestly thought
Very
you
nice
were being cheeky with the surprise guest thing. I didn't think anybody was actually coming.
I thought you were gonna get like a dress up a dead rat and put like a little bathrobe on it. And
Oh,
then,
like a
call it Master
splinter.
Splinter.
Oh,
That's a little
yeah.
Splinter.
I could have done that. Just wore my whiskers.
He is actually just multiple rats in a
Yeah,
human
that's
suit.
exactly
Yes,
right.
in a trench coat.
Hold together for a little while, and then later on, let's just scamper off into the darkness.
Classic. So tonight, guys, we're going to have a really exciting episode. I think it's going to be a long one, some deep cuts, and what better people than to have real turtle fans on the show. We're going to be talking across different manufacturers, so we're going to look at companies, the scale, the speciality, and also what they're best known for. So I'm going to throw out a couple of companies now, and then we'll look at those as well, and everyone's going to chime in, but not just I suppose those companies. We've got to remember there are also a lot of third-party companies as well, and there's too many to mention. But I think the main 5 that we know of, besides smaller companies like Fury Toys, where they made these little sort of hyper-realistic animated series kind of looking turtles. That's something I'll show later on as well. But we can all agree, obviously, Playmates Toys was the quintessential sort of line between 4.5 inch to 5 inch. They were sort of the original toy line and at mass retail, and they were sort of best known for nostalgia and then play. Then after that, I think several companies came on board, and they sort of took on the mantelpiece and passed the torch. And then Super 7 sort of did their 7-inch line, which is sort of like what we call a love letter to vintage Playmates, inspired Ultimates, and they were sort of based on the 80s and 90s collectors. And then we went to NECA. NECA sort of created sort of like 6-inch, 7-inch as well. Well, it's, depending on, look, the scale is contentious because they're different characters in there, but their speciality was comic, movie, and cartoon accuracy, and they were sort of best for serious collectors. And then now you have this Chinese company called JoyToy, who are doing 4-inch scale, 1/18 scale, sort of like military grade articulation and modern engineering. So very best known for their dioramas as well as their super articulated figures. So anyone disagree with those 5 sort of main companies?
Only thing I wanted to say is that NECA also did a series from the live action movies that was very accurate as well.
They are really good.
Did you collect them, Andrew?
I did.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I
Tell us a bit.
Still have Shredder somewhere.
Yeah, it was right at the time. I think there was one of the big statue companies that were bringing out that realistic line, and it was like $1,500 per statue, and it was like 6 months later that NECA brought out the big scale, the 18-inch scale live action turtles, and it saved so much money. $200 each rather than $1,500 each. It was so good, and they were just as good.
Okay. Did you? I mean, you're a bit of a completionist, aren't you, Andrew?
Yeah. It's complete and then sell. That's pretty much what I do. So I completed I kept up with all of the movie figures and then sold them all. So.
Wow.
What about you, Jace? You said you had something as well.
So I had Shredder from the original Turtles movie, and I also have the Casey Jones and Raphael 2-pack as well, which is I think hard to get now.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome.
But yeah, that I had the original Turtles. I should still have them, but I don't know where they are. Unfortunately, they wouldn't have been in collectible condition anymore anyway, because I played with them a lot.
Did anyone collect Playmates? You did, right?
That's what I meant. I had the originals.
Yeah, you had Playmates one as well. Yeah.
We had a pretty big collection at our house between me and my brother.
Yeah. Mark Jones, has there ever been a set of monochrome TMNT toys homaging where the heroic half shell heads came from? Yes, actually there was. I don't know if anyone can remember.
I think it was the Playmates, wasn't it?
I'm pretty sure you own a whole heap of them, don't you?
No, I don't. But actually, there was a homage to the black and white ones that NECA made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it
Remember
was
the
NECA, was it? Okay.
That
Yeah,
was like
NECA,
the
yeah.
first release NECA did, wasn't it?
Yes, correct. Yeah, they did a black and white. It was not so black and white, but it was like more white with shades of gray. It was meant to be like a monochrome color or monotone color, with shadow shading, like cell shading, basically. So yeah, Casey Jones does certainly have a great name for sure. Cool. So let's just quickly go through the list, okay? And we'll just give people a bit of a primer in terms of the different, or the 5 toy lines that we're going to be talking about today, and we're also going to be unboxing. I know he's a big Super 7 guy. He collects all the Thundercat stuff, all the Turtle stuff. He does. I think at one stage you were doing a lot of the Motu stuff as well, I think.
I had Motu, but I've sold that
Yeah.
off. But yeah, I've got all my
Yeah.
Thundercats. I've got the Super 7 Turtles, but they're I've moved home. They're in a box somewhere. I have no idea where they are.
Yeah,
They're
all
either
good.
here in a box or they're at my in-laws at a box. So
Yeah, no, it's all good. So Playmates Toys, the original TMNT toy company, their focus was very much every major TMNT cartoon. They also did movies. They were kid-friendly action figures. They had a ton of vehicles and play sets. Now, where I think they had strengths in terms of their toy line was that the original toy line, I think from memory, correct me if I'm wrong, was 1988. That was the original 1988 toy line. And then they had hundreds of characters, great vehicles, and more importantly, they were mainline, so they're very affordable when it came to pricing. And it just sort of like, I think, provided endless nostalgia. So anyone that sort of grew up. And, I want to hear what you guys thought, particularly with Jason as well as Andrew, what they thought their standout releases were from that time. For me, I think the original 1988 Turtles were the standouts. I think Technodrome was a good one. The Party Wagon was fantastic. The Channel 6 news van also. Then they had a sewer play set. Mutant Mayhem, and then Tales of the TMNT. So those are standout releases. I don't know whether you guys had any standouts. Do you guys have any standouts from the Playmates?
there was a motorbike and a sidecar. I always remember that one.
Yeah.
I had that one because I was always mad keen on motorbikes. So that was a standout. Oh, and the other one that I had to buy when I found it as a retro re-release was the
Oh,
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, show that.
That's cool.
Dude.
That
Yeah.
is
That's
awesome.
sick.
Everything about it is awesome, and like, yeah. And you know what? The good thing about it is the JoyToy turtles actually fit in there really well. So
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
but
I had that as a kid. Absolutely loved it. So
got to check the scale of that.
I had the original blimp,
oh
and like everybody else's, mine popped within the first couple of weeks,
yeah,
and I was so upset. I still played with it. Obviously the balloon got thrown away because it was broken, but I still pretended that it was connected and stuff. That was probably the one that I played with the most as a kid. I do have an embarrassing story I'll come back to later if we're interested, though, of my actual first Turtles impression.
We will definitely come back around to that. I'll make sure you remind me. Now, the significance of the Playmates line really is it sort of created the visual identity many fans, I think, associated with TMNT. Here's an interesting fact. They sold over $1 billion in toys in just 4 years during the whole Turtle Mania pandemonium. And it really helped transform, I think, TMNT into one of the biggest toy franchises in history. This is something that we spoke about before, Jason. You want to expand on that?
I made the comment earlier that honestly, I mean, I said top 3 earlier, but I think it's probably the most successful out of all of the franchises that there was during our childhoods. I don't think anybody tops Turtles. I mean, Transformers was certainly very popular, and I am a fan of Transformers. I'm not down talking it at all. You can make arguments for He-Man because He-Man was the start of the craze, or you could also say it was Star Wars, but depends on which way you want to argue over it. but I don't think any of them hold a candle as far as success is concerned to the Turtles. I mean, even Power Rangers owns some of its credentials to the success of the Turtles.
Yep. No, that's a fair point. I want to ask Taylor and Mikey why they think that TMNT is so popular. I'm sure they grew up with it as well.
Yeah, it's
Taylor.
You go, Tom.
it's I don't know, it's an interesting one. I think just I don't know. I think a lot of it. I think that just there's a silliness factor to it of like turtles, learning
mutants.
learning martial arts and being heroes in a sense. I mean, you look at kind of the more traditionalist franchises like like the silhouettes of characters from like your He-Man and stuff like that. Obviously, Transformers is unique in its own right, but it's still like robots, whereas like Turtles was very outside of the box. And I mean, yeah, it was just it literally was just a fun idea thought up by two roommates in their college dorm that came up with this idea. And originally it was only one issue, right? Like it finished and ended within one issue, but then when they obviously when they realized how popular it was, they obviously realized they had something there. But it's an interesting one as to why it's so popular. But yeah, and I think tying to the Power Rangers point of view, I think maybe it's this superhero team up sort of thing as well that is kind of another popular kind of series that branches off what kind of Turtles started, because I think Power Rangers was very shortly after, only a few years between the two.
Yep. I mean, the Mirage stuff was pretty dark, though. We'll get to that in a minute. Mikey, what do you think? What do you think you appeal to the Turtles? I mean, because you're a hardcore, Transformers guy, but you like the Turtles too. So, what do you think the appeal for you was, or is?
I guess growing up with, and Taylor and most of you guys would know, we used to have like a Cheese TV type thing, or we used to have a cartoon-based service on in the morning for kids just before they go to school. And more often than not, Turtles would be on, Transformers would be on sometimes. Transformers less so, because like it wasn't as popular, but Turtles was super popular, and it was more often than not on in the morning. And just being exposed to it as a young age, my brother and sister were also fans of it as well. They were fans of the live action movies, and also a fan of Power Rangers as well, which is, if you're a fan of Turtles, you end up being kind of a fan of Power Rangers as well, because they're just very similar, and they've done crossovers. So, but yeah, I mean, just I love the characters. My favorite is Mikey, because he's the party dude and he's the fun one, and he's Mikey. So, and yeah, I love the dynamic of all the different turtles and how they interact with each other. Like Leonardo and Raphael always going off at each other. I've got to be honest, my two favorite turtles aren't the normal two favorite turtles. Everyone was like, oh yeah, it's Raph and Leo. Mine are actually Mikey and Donnie, because I've always liked how Donnie's the smart guy, creating all the tech, and he's basically the Q of the lot. And I like how he can basically create something out of nothing, and he made Metalhead and all that type of stuff. And yeah, no, I just the characters, and I like the bad guy, the Shredder is just really cool. I like the Foot Clan, and yeah, I grew up with the early 2000s show, and I love the Nickelodeon show, the 2012 show, and I'm a weirdo because I even like the modern live action movies. I like the Michael Bay movies. I know not many people like them, but they're pretty damn faithful to what a Turtles movie should be. They're silly, they're fun, they're wacky, and yet they're a good time. They're not perfect, but like I don't care. I thoroughly enjoyed them. And yeah, so there's just so many factors, and like I've got the movie Turtles from NECA, and what I've got today coming for the unboxing. But yeah, Turtles are awesome. I think they're generational. They're every generation seems to like them.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's a good call. Jonathan goes, I think it's because the four brothers you can all relate to relate to one of them, and then there's always the overarching thing of family drama as well. Plus, who doesn't like ninjas? And then just good stories, which is what gets you to stick around. Yep, for sure. I'm going to come back to Andrew because on the topic of Super 7 as a manufacturer, the love letter to vintage Playmates, I think their focus, like I said, is 1988 Playmates toy line, but they came up with their Ultimates series. Their strengths were sort of, I think, more in large reinterpretations. They had premium paint, they had vintage-inspired packaging, and they also had like a deep accessory pack that came with all the different figures. What were your standouts, Andrew, in the Super 7 line?
The Super 7, the core line, the original line that you're talking about, they included everything. So to be fully faithful to the originals, they had the original sculpts, full articulation. So it was the collectors essentially figures with the original stuff. They had like really detailed weapons, but they also packed into them the original weapon rack and the weapons even together exactly how the originals were. So it appeals to people who want the high detailed, because they had the ultimate heads as well, which is like their imagining of what the original Turtles would look like if there was like a lot of extra detail in it, but then also the original heads as well. So if you wanted them to be displayed with their ultra detailed weapons and those new ultimate heads, they were great figures. But you can also put the originals together with the original colored weapons and everything. That appeals to all of us. Like it's exactly for you and me growing up. It appeals perfectly to what we want.
I have a couple of standout releases here from the Super 7 Ultimates. I think Wave 1. So the Wave 1 Turtles were, always quintessential and ambiguous. It's not ambiguous, sorry, ubiquitous. Muckman or Muckman, I think Scratch, Leatherhead, Baxter Stockman, and maybe the Sewer Samurai Leonardo. Do you remember those guys?
That Leatherhead was chef's kiss. It was so good.
Yeah.
So faithful to the original, like the detailing in it and everything. It was so good.
Some people argue, they say that the appeal about the Super 7 stuff, it doesn't really recreate the cartoon or recreate the comic. It kind of recreates the memory of owning original Playmates toys with the modern sculpting and articulation. Would you agree with that statement?
100%.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, good. Mark Jones goes, the creators allowing PMNT to shift a younger demographic for the first cartoon series instead of being precious about darker tales they were telling in comics allowed it to take off financially. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Dazza, good evening, fellow collectors, all the way from Brisbane. Dazza is a Mattel wrestling guy. He loves all that sort of stuff. But I'm sure Dazza loves Turtles as well. Otherwise, he wouldn't be on. So I think the Super 7 stuff, you could say, really, you think about it. So you had Playmates, then you had Super 7, right? Would you say, what if the 1989 Playmates toys were designed today? I think that's what essentially Super 7 is. Wouldn't you say that, Andrew?
100%. That's exactly what they are. Plus then with a little bit of sprinkling of some extra stuff for guys who want the higher detailed heads and all that sort of stuff, they can display those.
Yeah. No, sounds good. Yep. Definitely agree. I mean, I'm glad you... the only thing that stopped me from getting the Super 7 stuff was bloody expensive, but
I'm not a completionist when it comes to that. So I collected the core Turtles, Casey Jones, man, that original Playmates Casey Jones. I don't know what it was about that figure. I've still got the original one that I had when I was a kid. I've bought the Repro one, and I've bought the Super 7 one. I don't know what it is about that figure. It was just the accessories that it came with. Everything about it was awesome. And Shredder, of course, a couple of foot soldiers, and then Leatherhead. That Leatherhead is so good.
Actually, speaking of Leatherhead, we're going to have a couple of we're going to look at a Leatherhead tonight, which I'm sure you would be licking your lips, my man.
I love the Leatherhead character, man.
I thought you said, speaking of Leatherhead, like here's Nathan Ashby for a second, and I'm just like, what?
G'day, Nathan.
Hey,
Thank you.
Nate.
G'day, Nate. Thanks for joining us.
Don't
No,
let him
no,
insult you like that, Nathan.
Okay. I would say, and I might be, I mean, this is just my feeling, is I felt that then the definitive collector's TMNT line came along. And to me, I don't know, maybe Talon can maybe agree, NECA did this for me. I think they became the definitive collector's TMNT line because their focus was on Mirage Comics. They did the 1990 live action films. They did the 1987 cartoon. Some deep cut characters in reference to Archie. Strengths, they had industry leading sculpting. They were comic accurate proportions. They had massive. I mean, if you look at some of the NECA box sets and the NECA figures, those accessory counts were massive. They had like ridiculous amounts. I'm sure some of you guys would attest to this and agree. Great paint applications. They always had, like, again, the Mirage had their own style. Then the cartoon had their own style. They had that sort of matte, nice, sort of pseudo cell shade vibe as well. And they were constantly expanding their obscure character roster. When I think about the tooling, there is actually a checklist online that you can find that has almost every NECA sort of release from what I said before, Mirage 1990, 1987 movie stuff. And for me, their standout releases were the Mirage Turtles. I am absolutely in love. Like I said, so hard to deviate now. I mean, I love the cartoon stuff, but the Mirage Turtle stuff just does it for me. Last Ronin, the Triceraton Gladiator figure is fantastic. Leatherhead we'll look at, and we'll look at Rat King, we'll look at Zog. They did the Shredder clones and also the Ultimate movie Turtles. Now, NECA, anyone? Was there anything that stood out to you guys as far as NECA was concerned?
I mean, you mentioned the accessories, and I don't think you can have a discussion about that line without looking at the accessories. Some of the deep cut things from 1 or 2 frames of the TV show it's really there's a very clear passion behind that toy line. And they've done everything. They did the Robot Cop from 1 episode that nobody watched. It's that was the one that jumped out for me because that was on the literal cassette I had as a kid. But and it was
it's like Super 7 and Thundercats. They whoever's behind that cartoon line that NECA's doing of the Turtles they are a genuine fan. They know exactly what it is that they want. They're going deep as hell with the characters and with the accessories, and they nail it every single time. They look amazing. It looks like a character straight out of the cartoon.
Yep, 100%. I always think, like I said, it's from panel plastic. So whether you're looking at a TV panel or you're looking at comic panel, those recreations were bang on. 100%.
100%.
Yeah. So Taylor, I know that you're a big NECA fan, particularly with the cartoon. I know that you've bought some things in the past, and would you say that if you want the closest thing to the comics or the films sitting on your shelf, NECA would be the benchmark?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they're the only ones, that have really kind of given us fully detailed versions of those figures, because you look at some of the more premium toy lines, like your Mezco, they kind of do a different take on Turtles. Whereas NECA, more so, they're a more budget-friendly option, as Andrew kind of alluded to with the 18-inch movie figures they did compared to the statues that came out way back when. And yeah, every iteration, whether it's the Mirage comics looking like they jump straight out of the pages, or the cartoon figures looking like they jump straight off the TV screen, it's really the essentially the kids from the 80s. It's that watch the cartoons. It's the toys they always imagined they were playing with, or the toys that they always wanted. Obviously, engineering has come such a long way, and they're able to give us those detailed variants now. But it's kind of what you imagined you were kind of playing with back in the 80s, and now it's actually, and NECA has actually kind of brought it to life now.
Yep. No,
Someone
very
there
good.
cares. That's what it is. Someone who's part of it cares, and they care about, number one, them getting
100%, yeah.
what they want and what they wanted back in the day, but that we want and we get as well. So
I got to say though, the tooling to make those things,
that's what always blew me away.
Just don't know how they do it. I have no idea how they do it in terms of, you know, the amount of figures that they do. It's just incredible.
Because every figure was effectively a unique sculpt.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Yep. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, like, if I'm going to let me just share this with you and show you on the screen. If you look at this checklist, and have a look at this. That's just, I don't think that's updated, by the way. Good evening, Dave Bottrell. My apologies. Want to say hello. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you here on. Look, that's your checklist for the NECA stuff. Just incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, it's probably considered one of the most iconic comic-based action figure lines ever produced. Okay, let's move on to Mezco toys, because Mezco toys only came to the foray as far as, like, you know, making turtles are concerned in their 1/12 scale or 1/12 collective sort of line. You guys may have seen that around. Stylized realism, you know, combination of plastic and soft goods, premium accessories. I mean, those guys are crazy. I mean, in fact, I actually have the whole box set here, and I'm going to show you why this. I mean, this one for me is one of the best, I would say, recreations of the Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird Turtles. And if I turn the box around, you will see how significant an amount of accessories that it comes with. It wasn't cheap. I'm going to go to that camera over here, and we can show you. So there you go. That's their box set, right? This is the 4 turtles. You know what was an interesting part I thought about this? It's got the interesting, I think, sort of sell to this was that some people may disagree whether or not it's comic accurate, because I know NECA also brought out their Kevin Eastman and Laird sort of 4-figure set of the Turtles. But for me, this is incredible because the amount of I think tooling, the sculpting, the paint, the accessories that go into this box set. By the way, not cheap, but I wonder what made them think, you know, we're going to come out and do this ourselves. So I think their strengths in as far as this box set's concerned, it's got, like I said, die-cast weapons, museum quality presentation. You know, it's got exceptional articulation hidden beneath all the different costumes, and you know, this is one of the quintessential turtle box sets you could possibly, or money could possibly buy. Not cheap now, not cheap.
I think the thing to remember with Turtles, and I'm not downplaying the importance of the original comics. I understand, and I do know that they all essentially look the same, and that was kind of the point in the original comics. But most people still connect with the colored bandanas first, because most people went back to the comics after the cartoon. Most people didn't know the cartoon. It didn't sell very well outside of its initial market. It was very successful, but it didn't have the following that it does now at the time.
Yep.
I know it sold very well for what it was. It was like highest independent of the time or something. But yeah, most people know them as the variant that we would ultimately get to know.
Okay. Well, so I'm going to ask. I guess I'm going to ask everyone. Well, would you say then with the bandanas, whether or not you guys are into the colored bandanas, or you into the sort of the main sort of thing where, Kevin went, that's it. They're all the same color, sort of monochrome, sort of one color. You guys like the sort of colored bandanas, or stay with just all the same color?
Yeah, I mean, my introduction was the colored bandanas, so that's what I'm used to. So I'll always resonate with that, and I think I think 80% of the Turtles audience would say the same thing, because most people were introduced through the cartoon as opposed to the comics.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was many comic shops here in Australia that were selling the Mirage comics back in the day.
Definitely not at the time of release.
Yeah, so it'd be absolute hardcore people that would have been collecting the comics for the red bandanas back in the day. I know that my introduction to the Turtles was the cartoon and then the movie, so it was always the colored bandanas.
Well, the first issue was such a limited print run as well.
That's right.
The first,
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. First issue. Yeah. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is quickly show you something. I'm going to swap cameras and go to the second one. So what I'm going to do is just give you a quick comparison before we look at JoyToy, and then we're going to sort of look. So if you guys remember, again, this guy is synonymous with the first original NECA iteration of Kevin Eastman's Turtles.
Yep.
Following that, so they did these in all red bandanas, right? So whether it was all of the Turtles, Leonardo, Michelangelo, the whole lot of them, they were all in the same color. Then, so obviously Leonardo. Well, then if you remember, also they made knockoffs, but the knockoffs for the NECA versions came in the different colored bandanas.
Yes,
so,
that's right.
Do you remember that, Andrew? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So this one is the official NECA set, okay, that was released. And then you would go and somewhere find a knockoff on Temu or AliExpress and stuff like that, or even eBay at that time, and they were selling knockoffs. So that's basically a knockoff, and that's the original NECA one. Yep. Now, for argument's sake, and just for comparison, I'm going to show you this guy. That is the Mezco version with his blue bandana. I'm going to put that on there. I'm just going to try and squeeze that guy in there. That looks really nice. So not sure whether you can see it, but that's the Mezco version, and put his head down so he can look at
the Mezco version looks like a mixture between the original Mirage and then the IDW stuff. He looks a little bit, Freddie Williams esque. You know what I mean? Like the originals, those NECA ones look like they're 100% Kevin Eastman.
Definitely.
But, that Mezco looks like it's a little bit.
Yeah, Peter Laird's style was always the more kind of blocky type of design. But Mezco's never done any of their figures. If you look at any of their comic-based or cartoon-based stuff that they've put out, nothing's true to the source material. It's always been their own take of their own aesthetic. Yeah.
And it looks
there
great.
You go. I mean, I just look at this. The Mezco ones are just sensational, but it's still hard to beat these guys because to me, this is so true to the Mirage line, and Mezco claims that this is a love letter to the Mirage line. Now, one interesting little comparison here. I want to show you this figure. Can anyone tell me what you think this is? Now, this one is cool.
I know what that is.
You know what that is?
That's a third-party release, right?
That's a third-party release, Leonardo.
That is nice.
That is very nice. So this is by a company called Fury Toys. Now, this is a lot smaller in scale. So this is like not really a 4 or 5 inch. This is a lot smaller. I mean, okay, sorry. This would be considered 5 to 6. This would be like 4 inch, yeah. But that's from Fury Toys. not I don't know whether it's licensed, but like a lot of Chinese companies will make these toys. I know for a fact that JoyToy is properly licensed, but Fury Toys made this. And also, speaking of Fury Toys, if you want to buy NECA, and you want to buy Mezco, or you want to buy Fury Toys, guess what? Do yourself a favor, because tonight we are offering a special discount code, and that discount code is for SUGO Toys, who is our official channel sponsor. When I say sponsorship, it doesn't mean that, like I said, they're paying us anything. Sponsorship simply means that they're providing and passing the savings on to our audience and our subscribers. So if you're watching this, again, full transparency, you basically, all we're doing is passing you on that 10% discount, right? So that you can go on the website, and if you want to look for Fury Toys, NECA, in fact, they have a lot of NECA Mirage stuff, and they also have Mezco. The Mezco sets are long sold out now, so you'll probably have to get something on the aftermarket. But yeah, make sure you get your discount codes. We are still running also the competition from last week. So if you guys remember the last show, we did Hellboy and South Park and Batman as well. Those third-party companies like LPZZ and Chaos Toys are available on SUGO Toys. You can also buy the Hellboy McFarlane version on SUGO Toys. And like I said, if you purchase something, this code is still valid until the 31st of July. You provide us with a proof of receipt or purchase, and you actually will win 2 figures, Lobster Johnson, and what was the other one? I can't remember now. Liz Sherman, that's right, from Mezco. So, and also don't forget, we also have a full set of South Park figures to give away. So if you still watch the last episode and put in the comments what your favorite quotes are from South Park, we will pick the winners on the 31st of July. And like I said, yeah, so make sure you go check them out. Cool. Okay, I'm going to, let's say, talk about JoyToy now, because I'm going to get Andrew to start the unboxing. I'm going to move over here. And JoyToy, for me, the significance of it is I think it represents modern military engineering where it meets TMNT. So the focus is basically 1/18 scale. They're highly articulated figures. They're sort of anime-inspired realism, hyper-realism. And I think the strengths of that line, as you'll see shortly, it has an outstanding articulation. Both, I think, Andrew and Mikey are going to unbox their purchases and their pickups. Incredible engineering, I think, from that kind of scale, as far as a compact scale is concerned, 1/18 scale. They have great diorama compatibility, because tonight we're going to look at the turtle van, because that's an incredible figure. Oh, well, incredible vehicle, beg your pardon. And exceptional as for 1/18 scale figures, and that small, exceptional paint, incredible paint. So for me, standout releases would be Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo, all 4 turtles, of course. Shredder maybe, but I think I have my favorites. I think the Triceratons were amazing. I know Mikey loves Metalhead, but Rocksteady is also a great figure. But I want to hear and to start by opening and unboxing the JoyToy, and I guess being the gateway drug to people that want to get into Turtles. I think JoyToy approaches TMNT like it approaches Warhammer 40K, highly articulated, detailed figures built for dynamic posing rather than nostalgia. They appeal to collectors who value, I think, engineering and display versatility in a very small, compact form. So that being said, Andrew, you're going to start. Tell us what you got.
Started with my favorite turtle. So we've got, can we get him in there? Raphael.
Yeah. So
he's probably my favorite turtle. But yeah, like you said, they're compact. They're small. They don't take up a lot of space on the shelf. That's pretty important for me at the moment, because I don't have lots of space. So, but again, when it comes to the JoyToy turtles, the accessories that you get with them, like the details in the weaponry is awesome. They're really highly detailed, and then the amount of accessories you get, like a stack of hands. You get the builder base. Each turtle gets their own skateboard. You've got the comms, pizza. Stacks of really good accessories with each figure. But even like the detailing in the clothing, where the way that they hold the weapons, store weapons in their belts, like for the size that they are, it's just insane.
Good evening, Hero Fam. Eastman coming to the Novas. Ooh, you would probably have to take one of your figures, Andrew, and get him to sign it, because I did get mine signed last time.
Yeah, I went one step further when I met him in 2020. Got him to sign my tattoo over the top.
Okay,
Awesome.
to me, that's a real turtle fan, man. If you got a turtle tat, you're a real turtle fan.
It's Kevin Eastman. The only other thing that I would get is Peter Laird to sign it as well, because the Turtles was one of the biggest things growing up as a kid for me, So I had a turtle party when the movie came out. We had pizza and everyone over and all that sort of stuff. So
were you part of the Turtle Club?
Part of the Turtle Club. Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
Turtle Club. G'day, Gary. Big Hand Turtle. I don't know what you're referencing to, but
Mezco.
The third party turtle had like quite a large hand.
Big.
Yeah, it was just like I thought it was quite big as well, actually.
Yeah, Sewer Flies. What's up? Thanks for joining us, buddy. That's sweet for sure. I think so. What else did you get, Andrew? Besides,
so for JoyToys, I really restricted myself. So I stuck with the 4 turtles, and so I don't know who's got the turtle van, but as soon as it becomes available at our friends SUGO Toys, I'll be hitting them up for one of those.
Hey, better time! What a great time it is to pick it up now, because we got our discount codes as well. And speaking of the turtle van, we will later on unbox this baby.
And so the size is what I'm talking about. So the NECA's done one. Bad. There was an aftermarket, or was it Super 7 did one?
Yes,
and the size of them,
the NECA one's massive.
They're huge, and they take up so much space. They're awesome. They're great for those lines, but if you don't have the space for them, like Thundercats, I'm all in on Thundercats, so I have zero space. I ended up with the Lair and the Thunder Tank, so space for those that they can have it. But I'm like, Turtles is sort of like just a secondary collection for me. So I'm like, I can't do the turtle van for all of those. But then that turtle van it's like a 1/18 scale car. It takes up no space, and these guys will all be climbing all over it, and it's amazing. So can't wait.
And I, actually, you're right, Andrew, because it's always about space, isn't it? It always is, and that's
space and money. That's it.
And that's why I stopped doing 1/6 scale. I was like, no, can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe fell into the Mondo stuff, but Mikey and I were having a conversation about this. Actually, we have multiple conversations about, and that's part of the reason. And I'm not going to go into Transformers because this is a turtle thing, but that's part of the reason why I sold a lot of my masterpieces.
Yeah.
And bought Legend scale stuff, all the Magic Square stuff, because I kind of want to contain it all into the one shelf. So it goes back again to the JoyToy line and why it's so popular, because now you can have a majority of the casts, and you can fit 1/18 scale figures all into one shelf, basically.
Yes.
So,
but even the Krang, the JoyToys Krang is completely insane and takes up hardly any space compared to even the NECA one, even the Playmates. The Playmates wasn't all that big, but the JoyToys one's sort of like a 6-inch figure scale, so it's good.
Yeah. So you have all 4 turtles there. Was there anything else, or you just basically got the 4 turtles? That's it.
Just the 4 turtles and the van when I get it. That's where I'm sticking with the JoyToy line. If I go, I love the look of the Krang, but if I do that, then I'm gone.
Oh, okay. So overall thoughts from your side, Andrew, in terms of the JoyToy Turtles. Do you think would you recommend it to people? Do you think it's
100%.
worth money?
As long as you're not buying them expecting, a faithful version compared to anything. JoyToys is its own thing. It's their own take on the turtles. That it hasn't been in any media. They're just a great bunch of figures. JoyToy does nothing bad. Their World of Warcraft, their Warhammer stuff is just amazing. So if you're happy to have a set of turtles that they're not behind any, there's no media behind them, but just the size, the collectability, the detail, like you said, the militaria type of stuff. You'll love them. They're such great figures.
These JoyToy figures are so cool. I've nearly bought them multiple times.
Yeah, do it.
You got to do it, Jono. You got to do it. I can tell you that we have, I would say even, in fact, almost all the guys here, safe to say, even included Jason Talon, would you, if you had the spare cash, would you drop money on the set?
I said this earlier before we started. I've had Krang sitting in my shopping cart for a week. I added it to the shopping cart ready to buy while we were recording last week.
Well, I'm sure if you were nice enough, Mikey will show you his version of Krang.
How do you know that's what I call it?
Go on, Kevin. What were you going to say, Tate?
I think the thing with JoyToy is like, it's insane that they do like the level of detail and, as Andrew alluded to, the amount of space you'll save. And as a result of that, because they're smaller figures, like they come at such a good price point for collectors. And it's like makes it so much easier to kind of complete the whole line.
Yeah.
That's right.
And again, it comes back to space as well. But having, yeah. Totally agree. Spare cash, what is this myth of which you speak? Sure.
Yeah, that's all of us now with the cost of living and everything. But
well, I mean, that's the thing, though. I think some lines of toys. I know Andrew and I have this love affair with Mondo, but it's funny because I was having this conversation with Andrew a few days ago, and he was saying, "Oh God, if you that Motu 2000X line 1/12 scale for Mondo, oh, that's a deep money pit. That one."
And 2000X is, that's as much as the original He-Man was my beloved stuff. The 2000X it was a great cartoon. It was a great time to be a He-Man collector, and those designs for those characters are insane. So, yeah, bad.
Yes, Gary. Turtles on the show tonight. Sugo stocks them for sure. Go ahead and get yourself some turtles.
These
I'm sure
JoyToys, they all came from Sugo.
Yeah, you can put them up.
What are the Heat Boys turtles?
I'm not familiar with them. I'm trying to look them up.
Yeah, look it up. Cool. Well, Mikey. So,
yes.
Tell us. Hey, what do you what do you got for us tonight? What do you got for us tonight? Speaking of JoyToy, you and Andrew have all your JoyToy pickups. I want to see what you got besides Andrew getting his 4 turtles. What do you get tonight?
So, I mean, I think just to save time, we had a look at Raph, and he's going to be very, very similar to Mikey. So I'll leave that. But as you can just see, this is what they look like packaged. There you go. So you got your figure here. I really suck at this whole reverse screen thing. You've got your everyone comes with a skateboard. It comes with a chunk. So it comes with a quarter of a silver cover, and you can like pose them all on the silver cover together in a dynamic pose. Comes with these nunchucks. Comes with these really cool spinny effects, which you can attach to the nunchuck. So the really cool thing about the turtles is they all come with a weapon effect that makes it look like the weapon's in action. And I think Mikey's is one of the best because it actually looks like his nunchucks are spinning. What else does he come with? He comes, with his pizza, and yeah, he's just. I can't really see, but he's a unique design. He's got like a little iPod strapped to his chest. And yeah, the detail is just amazing. But the guy that I was really interested in, especially after watching this guy that Clinton put me on for the reviews of these things, is the metalhead. So here he is. So if you can see, your boxes vary in size. Well, not really too much in size, but in depth they do. So if you can see, there's a lot more depth to Metalhead because he's a bigger boy. And we're going to unbox him today. Wow. Calm down, Michelangelo. Yes. So I'm just going to...
Okay. While you unbox him, we're going to look at... So Gary clarified and said that they have a mech transforming series that are just getting started, an actual turtle series, Leo being the first one. And it's basically let's have a look here. Jason,
so Leonardo transforms into the party van.
Party van. Yeah. I think they do have those at SUGO, but I may stand corrected. Yeah. If you look on their website, they probably have those as well.
Okay, so we have very collector-friendly packaging as well. Interesting. Okay, so we have clamshell. There are two trays. This guy's cool for one very cool specific reason. Okay, so we have Metalhead here. We have a turtle drone, which is really cool, which can attach to a included kind of light standy thing. We've got a oil canister. We've got big drill, alternate hands, let's have a look. So, why I say it's collector friendly is because there's very little. Okay, so there wasn't actually any tape on this set, which is interesting. So the clamshell just comes straight off, and then the figure itself, is not tied down with any of those annoying straps. But look at this.
Oh,
that's nice.
I think that's on your buy list, Andrew.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. Wow.
He's
look.
Does he
That's
draw?
it.
Oh wow.
Is there any die cast?
Yeah, so there is. So that's the thing we haven't mentioned yet. So the actual ball joints, socket joints, or at least on the turtles, are die cast. I'm not entirely sure on this guy. He's heavy. Like he feels like there's some metal in him. But he's also just like, oh wow, this is really nice.
David Buckle, I almost emancipated myself from my family because my parents gave away my Metalhead original figure back in the 90s.
Oof.
Ooh, yeah, you should get rid of them, eh?
Yeah, my mum gave away my He-Man figures, so I feel you there, man.
How dare she? But yeah, just sorry. So I haven't actually. This is my first time dealing with any of this, any JoyToy figures and stuff like that. The quality is great, and the joints are just fantastic. I guess I'm dealing with one of the better figures because it's a robot figure, so I kind of know what I'm expecting. But just the joint tolerances are really great. This comes off because you can do attachments and stuff, but even that just goes on as fine. So that's Metalhead, and he's great. He comes with. I want to see if I can actually just demonstrate this, just because this is specifically cool for this figure. So this is the second tray. So you'll notice there are these weird line thingies here. Now if I just grab one of them. I'll show you. He says with the greatest of these. Oh, there is tape. Oh, there you go. So this tray has tape on it. Nuts.
How dare you lie to our community, Mikey?
I know. I lied to the internet.
Oh, you're on there. Unboxing toys. That's on a Thursday night.
All right, I'm just gonna grab one of these, and I'm gonna grab one of
The original
these.
metal head was brilliant. Had the plug-in nunchucks too. Yep. 100%.
Okay, so if I just quickly open up this, and this can be done multiple times because you've got multiple things, but you've actually got, here we go, these trails, and you can actually fire
Whoa,
the
rocket
That's
trail.
sick.
missiles. You can
Oh,
fire the
that's cool.
missiles, and you have literally, you have 6 of these and 6 open, like these hatches on his back open. So they're open up, and then you've got these so you've got these bendy wire rocket trails, and you do have 6 missiles, and you can actually fire 6 missiles at once out of him. And yeah, so I think that's how I'll be displaying him with these rockets just coming
100%.
out
That's
of him.
awesome.
But this is what really attracted me to this figure, because like even just one coming out of him, you know, just have sitting there just with a missile just firing out of his backpack, his shell, just awesome. Love that. And then he's got the drill.
War machine, yeah.
So this is the vacuum. You know, when he's vacuuming up the turtle cave. It's a turtle sewer. Yeah. So it's crazy. And this was what, like $60, 65.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
The price point on these is insane.
They're just cheap as chips, man. So that's why I got the whole set by like 3 figures. Well, 2 figures that I had no idea who they were. But yeah, just from this one experience, like, and I like, look at that leg range. Like that's super articulated.
Yeah.
He's got the double jointed flexing arm. Multiple fists, opening jaw, which is crazy. Which you can, I think, add blast effects to, because there's the hole in there. This thing's sick, man. This is awesome. I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
Well, safe to say you liked them so much you bought almost the entire set and spent over $1,000, didn't you?
Yeah. Please.
They're pretty cool.
None of my family watched that part, but yep.
Money. You only live once, mate. Just while Mikey was putting that together, I managed to get all 4 of them onto the base.
Nice.
Ooh,
Yeah. See how that looks.
Ooh, wow, dude. Wow.
So you can get them into some.
Aren't
really
they just?
cool
Yeah.
poses.
See, that's what I was talking about. You've got one chunk of the manhole cover, and you put them all together, and you've got one little display base for all your turtles. And even Metalhead comes with one as well. So like you'll be able to have multiple of these. You'll be able to have multiple of these display bases for your figures, which would be great.
Do they all connect to form like a little diorama?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's the base
basically.
here. So each quarter of the base comes with the turtles. I might be able to show you.
But I'm saying, does the whole line?
Yeah,
you mean
could
it
connect them.
connects with
Is it
somebody
like
else's?
a big puzzle, or?
It's not a big puzzle. Well, maybe, because mine's a bit different to yours. So I think it's mainly made for putting 4 figures together in one clump. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So would you probably carry on with the line, both Andrew and I know Jace, you're probably going to get into it some point after tonight's episode for sure. But would you, Andrew and Mikey, would you guys complete the line if they brought out another wave? I know Andrew probably won't. He's like, no, I'm done. But
yeah, I've got to really restrict myself. But yeah, they're worth every penny of what you spend on them. But
it's crazy, isn't it?
Because how little space they take up. So I'm not gonna push it. But they're great figures.
1/18 scale, incredible sculpt, incredible accessories, value for money. I mean, yeah, it's hard to beat.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's deviate a bit and let's look at some NECA stuff, shall we? I'm going to quickly talk about, actually, I'm going to see if I can show you. This, for me, is one of the quintessential characters of all time, as far as Turtles are concerned. The Rat King. This guy is phenomenal. I have to tell you that I think, for me personally, I'll see if I can just do that again so I can show that to you. You can see that in all its glory.
Sick.
I mean, look at the artwork on the side of the box. You have all the beautiful photos that are taken. I think packaging for me is super important. Presentation for any toy line. It's always important to get it right because it has curb appeal. People want to pick up the box. Presentation is done really well. The artwork's sensational. And again, it harkens and pays homage to all the Kevin Eastman stuff. This is something that I picked up when I was in the US because there was a period of time where it was really difficult to actually get any of the Mirage line. So
yeah, the Mirage stuff is hard.
Mirage stuff was difficult to get, but now you can buy them locally, and obviously you can buy them from SUGO as well. Now, the Rat King is one of the most, I think, memorable and psychologically complex villains from the original Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird Mirage Studios universe. Unlike many TMNT antagonists, he isn't motivated, I think, by wealth or conquest. I think he's sort of more a mysterious character, very feral kind of drifter who has abandoned humanity and formed an almost supernatural bond with rats. So who is the Rat King? Well, the Rat King is a deranged, homeless survivalist living in abandoned industrial ruins and sewers outside of New York City. He possesses an uncanny ability to command and communicate with rats, though Mirage intentionally leaves it sort of fairly ambiguous whether this is kind of telepathy, instinct, or simply the animal's trust. He kind of views himself as the protector and ruler of his children, the city rats, and believes that civilization is corrupt and sees himself as part of nature rather than humanity. So his identity and real name are never really kind of revealed, adding to, I guess, his mystique. And unlike many TMNT villains, he is portrayed more as a tragic, philosophical figure than a traditional supervillain. So just a bit of a primer. His first appearance was in Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 4, published by Mirage Studios in May 1988. And the creators were Jim Lawson, who's the writer and artist, and Ryan Brown, who is the guy that did all the inks on it under the Mirage continuity, created by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. In his debut story, the Rat King mistakes the Turtles and Casey Jones for intruders invading his territory. He stalks them through an abandoned industrial complex using swarms of rats and guerrilla tactics instead of brute force. Now, the climax kind of ends with a duel against Leonardo, resulting in the Rat King falling into a silo and ending that kind of remains deliberately ambiguous. So I think why collectors really like this figure is it's one of the most faithful Mirage original characters, retaining the dark horror atmosphere of the early comics. I think his sparse appearances also make him feel kind of mythical and mysterious. And he has kind of, his rag sort of trench coat or bandages, beg your pardon, sort of bandage face and unsettling design kind of, I think, translates exceptionally well into this figure form, as you'll see. I'll unbox this in a minute. Now, the Rat King, for me, or this particular figure, is widely regarded as one of the most, for me anyway, and I've actually held on to this for such a long time, as one of the most standout releases in the entire Mirage line. And I think thanks to its comic accurate sculpt, its not really soft goods, but inspired soft goods, inspired sort of sculpted clothing, swarms of rat accessories, and faithful black and white comic aesthetic. Now, this is not black and white. This is in color. And I think, Andrew, if you remember also, they did the Turtle Classics. They were obviously initially in black and white, and then they did the color classics as well, which was in the color. So on that note, all of the Rat King became sort of a recurring villain in the 1987 animated series. His cartoon incarnation is very different because the Mirage version is far darker, more unsettling, I think, and intentionally ambiguous. I've used that word many times, but it's kind of closer to a psychological horror character than a traditional comic book supervillain. So on that note, what we're going to do is we're going to change cameras. You can see him here. We're going to open him up. I'll pull the knife out. Yeah, let's have a look here. Let's see whether we can open this guy. It's always fascinating how I try and open these guys and find out where's the best place to open them. But let me see. Let's do the top. Are we doing the top or are we doing the bottom? I usually like to do it from the bottom. But anyway, that's what she said. Let's go from the top here. Okay.
You're right. The cartoon version of the Rat King was much more lighthearted, bit more of a joke character sort of thing.
Yes,
you know,
yes,
rats having control over rats in the cartoon was very lighthearted, whereas in the comics he was a mean dude.
So there you go. You can see that it's wonderful. Look at that sculpt. I mean, look at the faces. Look at the different the additional portrait that you have here. Let me just turn this over quickly, and then I'll just cut these things. We had the same issue. That's the thing I don't like about these blister packs or pseudo blister packs with window boxes, is that they have these little tie downs, which are really hard to get off sometimes. You got to be really careful. But I'll take Mark's tip last week about using clippers, but I haven't actually got some clippers, but I'm going to have to try and get these guys out one by one. Bear with me. I don't want to cut myself, which I almost did. And let's have a look here. It's always a bit of, he's also got, look, different hands too. So there you got all the different bandage hands. You got some, they all look like closed fists and semi-open fists, which is interesting. It'd be really good if you had like some open palms as well, which would be really nice. Actually, you do have open palms here. So there you go. The last bit down here, I'm going to cut off the ankles and tie downs, and then we're going to take the figure out and have a look at him. And then you can see what I'm talking about as far as sculpt detail and also comic accuracy is concerned. So I think that's about all of them. Pull them out. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Wow. That's great. Look at them. Right. You got all these appendages. You got these bandages. The face here is sensational. Not sure you can see that. Very nice.
Amazing.
Very nice.
Incredible.
Very, very, very nice.
A lot of sculpted detail, even on the torso.
Yeah. Massive amount of sculpt detail. You can almost do a T-pose. So articulation is very good. Yeah. You can do the splits. So that's pretty good. So that's nice. You got probably
the joints.
They're pretty good actually. Almost double jointed. They are actually double jointed, beg your pardon. But because of the appendages here and this sculpt over here, you can only do about 90 degrees. But I got to tell you guys, this is a beautiful, beautiful looking figure.
Yeah, he looks awesome.
Very nice, right? You have also these. You have another portrait. This portrait is gorgeous. Look at this portrait. I'm not sure if you can see that. Let's have it. There we go. Can we see that? No.
Pull back a little bit.
There you go. Yeah, wow.
That feels more cartoon accurate than the other one. I mean, it's obviously not from the cartoon, but that is kind of how he looked in my head.
Yeah. That's a great portrait, isn't it?
Mm.
And then you have the rat. Actually, you only have rats, like 3 rats. And then you have the club here and the open palms, which is quite nice as well.
Mm. And then a stack of hands.
And a stack of hands here. Yeah.
So good.
Pretty cool, huh?
Very cool.
So, yeah, I think let's have a look at, I'm going to put this aside and see how he pairs up with, let's say, some of the other Mirage stuff. So here we have a figure. Let's look in terms of scale. And I'm going to put him next to Leonardo. Let's get Leonardo in here. Maybe I'll get this guy over here. So in terms of scale, that's the knockoff version.
Mm.
I like the color on this. I mean, these knockoffs are not that great, but if let's say I used the Mezco version, they look kind of cool together.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a terrific little pair. There you go.
Yeah.
Look at that. Just for argument's sake, I'm going to take the original NECA line, put that next to him as well.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. Geez, man, still haven't got yourself some little side cutters and nail clippers slack. So he does look very cool, doesn't he? So yeah, what can I say? Let's put him standing in a pose and we move him over here. Wow, that looks great, doesn't it? Look at that. And then for argument's sake, again, I'm going to put Mezco version here. Yeah, that looks so good. That does look good.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's your
great.
rat king. That's a great looking figure. And let's have a look at this again.
So good.
I like that the heads are both very different.
They are different, but they're so nice. Yeah. So that is the Mirage Rat King. And we will look at another one now. So I think, although, like I said, I think from a sculpt standpoint, from a value for money standpoint, these things are actually quite expensive now. If you were to buy it here, they roughly cost between $60 to $70 per figure. But go on SUGO Toys and get your 10% discount code, and I'm sure there'll be a lot cheaper.
That's it.
There you go. Coolio. Okay. Let's look at another. Shall we look at another Mirage figure?
Can I just say something before we go on?
Yeah, please.
Wow.
I've done it.
Oh,
I even attached the drone. So
That's
you can attach all.
That is
So you
magnificent.
literally have, isn't that just the sickest thing ever? So you have his mouth opens, you can change the hands to grabby hands as well. You've got this little turtle drone hovering above him. You've got all 6 of the missiles coming out of his back, and he's superposable, like this is almost like Dr. Octopus type thing we got here. But like, yeah, that's awesome. This is like $60, guys, or like $65. Like, wow.
So good.
Like, this is great. This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. This is a figure. I'm so happy with it. Like, beyond happy with this.
That was one figure you're really eyeing off, weren't you, before when you got the set?
It was the thing that sold me on the series, because watching the review of just this guy. Look, I'll be honest. I'm a robot dude. I love my robots. I love my Transformers, and having the basically the Frankenstein robot thing that Leo makes, that sometimes is bad, sometimes is good, whatever. It's just so fucking cool.
Yeah,
It just look like, and like you can get more range out of the rocket trails, but like, come on, like That's just so cool. And the
Are you
drone
convinced?
and
Andrew?
Hey,
Are you convinced yet, Andrew? You're going to get that?
you can
it
have
probably
you
wouldn't.
you-
It wouldn't take
have
much.
have your turtles all in the van, like ramming into this guy doing basically just this.
Yeah.
Like that's
It
that's
wouldn't
just
take much.
like Andrew, buy this, get this thing. It is so cool.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Do it. Do it.
Do it. Yeah,
Cool.
Very
100%. One of the figures of
Very
the
nice.
year for me.
Oh, the one of the figures of 2026, you reckon?
Yep, already.
Yeah.
Nice.
What are your thoughts, Taylor, on the Rat King as a character and a figure? After seeing this guy?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really delved into the Mirage universe much, so I only know Rat King is kind of a silly character. But I mean, the figure looks awesome. I mean, NECA really is the gold standard for turtle figures. So I think that's everything anyone would want out of a Rat King figure. I don't see what more you could ask for out of that. And I assume that all the comic turtles or all the characters from the comic series are like that as well.
Again, very gritty, very dark. Great representations as far as Mirage are concerned. So, yeah. Okay. Next one on the line. Triceraton Gladiators, Mirage Comics. You can pick these up. They're still in stock at SUGO Toys. Fantastic. I don't know if you guys can feel my pain, particularly also with Andrew, him being a troop builder, army builder.
Yeah, bad.
These things are... I got to say, when I was in the US, these things were dirt cheap. But here, with inflation, rising cost, import fees, exchange rate, these things will cost you about $80, maybe even more.
Yeah, that's right.
Because they're meant to be a sort of a deluxe figure, premium figure. Yeah. So the Triceraton Gladiators are among the most iconic alien warriors from the original Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird Mirage Studios universe. They're not individual named characters, but they're sort of more elite members of the Triceraton Republic, sort of a militaristic race of dinosaur-like aliens that dominate one of the most, I think, memorable science fiction story arcs in the TMNT history, for those of you guys that have read the books. Now, they're highly trained arena warriors who fight in sort of brutal gladiatorial combat for honor and entertainment. Members of the Triceraton Republic are basically a race of technologically advanced Triceratops-like aliens. That's why Triceraton. Expert hand-to-hand combat, weapons masters. They prefer melee combat despite sort of possessing sort of advanced technology. Go figure, right? So the sort of their distinctive appearance and muscular physiques with minimal gladiator style sort of armor and assortment of swords, axes, and spears became one of the, I think, defining visual designs of the Mirage era. And they represent sort of the brutal warrior culture of the Triceratons and embody the sort of the blend of science fiction and sword and sorcery sandal combat that made the Mirage universe so unique. Now, the first appearance was from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Volume 1, Issue 5. It was published in, I think, 1986, and the Turtles are in the story arc, in the storyline. The Turtles are transported into deep space during the famous Fugitoid Triceraton storyline, where they kind of encounter the Triceratons and are forced into deadly gladiatorial combat. Now, this issue actually marked the first appearance of both the Triceratons and their gladiatorial warriors as well. Now, why are they so important in the Mirage universe? For many fans, I think issue number 5 is where the Mirage series transformed from a a gritty urban ninja comic into almost like a fully fledged science fiction epic. It introduced several things. It introduced the Triceratons. It introduced the Fugitoids. It introduced interstellar warfare. It introduced gladiatorial combat. And then the concept that the TMNT universe extended far beyond New York City. So, that, it's kind of cool because the issue kind of, I think in a way, demonstrated that Eastman and Laird weren't confined to street level stories. They could seamlessly kind of blend ninja action with sci-fi classic adventure as well. So the significance for me getting a Triceraton is that this figure is one of the company's most comic accurate, I think, TMNT release. Unlike the animated versions, the Mirage Gladiator features sort of all these sort of new comic accurate sculpts, has an articulated jaw, because if you remember many episodes ago we did Zog, and the accessories and the sculpt and the paint detail is incredible. They've got bendable tails, multiple interchangeable sort of gladiatorial weapons. Same thing once again. Kevin Eastman inspired packaging artwork. You can see back here all the beautiful photos that have been taken, and even though in color it's faithful black and white Mirage aesthetic. So among longtime Mirage fans, the Triceraton Gladiators are considered one of the defining deep cut characters. Their design perfectly captures what made the original comics so influential. And I say again, it's greedy independent comics fused with the imaginative scope of classic science fiction, making them one of the most standout additions in NECA's acclaimed Mirage line. So that's the Triceraton Gladiator. So I'm going to basically swap cameras again. Now we're going to open the guy up, and let's take a look at it. So look at the packaging. Beautiful, huh? Gorgeous.
So good.
We'll look at the artwork once again. Now, before I open this guy, I'm going to show you a little figure here. Now, if you guys remember, we had several episodes, or I think maybe over a year ago, we did a little unboxing on this guy. I think we did a TMNT night one night as well. And I would be interested to see if this is a similar sculpt to this version now, and see whether they use. And the thing about NECA, as I've said again, is that they have this ability to do so many characters and tool all their different characters, and it must be a fortune. I don't know how they do it, but they just do it. So let's have a look. Let's open them up. Box up. And straight away, look at the paint aesthetic and the color. Ooh, that looks.
I mean,
like
it's different. The head sculpt is different already.
I like how he's in his tidy whities.
He is.
Yeah,
he is in his tidy whities. Yeah. He's got another tray below. They seem to love their trays, and in the tray you have the bendable tail, more hands, open palm, sort of semi-open ones where you can hold weapons. You got this massive, big spear here. You got two massive swords, and then you have more weapons in the back tray as well. So down here you have nunchucks as well. So, incredible. I just think, look, let's have a look. And I think Jason said straight away he thinks it's a different sculpt. It is a very different sculpt for sure. You can see there straight away already. In fact, I'm not going to take him out of the box because I don't want to faff around too much. But if I open, you can see articulated jaw, and I'm sure the torso area is also quite articulate. Not so much on Zog because he's a larger figure, as you can see here. He's much larger.
He's a thick boy.
He's a very thick boy compared to that. So imagine having multiples of these. You can army build them. And I think these are fantastic as far as army building is concerned. But I just wish I could find them somewhere where they're a lot cheaper rather than have to spend, almost $100 on one of these figures. So
NECA
yeah.
did do a line of turtles where it was awesome to troop build. It was the HeroClix figures.
Oh yes.
Mm.
What-
And their
what-
turtles were amazing.
Hero Click. So they were like small, tiny little.
Yeah.
They're
1
really
inch.
big, right?
Yeah, one or 2 inch. It's for a game, but the collectability of them is amazing. Obviously, NECA does it makes them. All of their Mirage stuff was as detailed as that. Amazing sculpts, and you were buying multiple figures in packs, blind box, which is the worst part about it. But I mean, those guys were there was 4 different versions of it. So there was the commander there that you've got, and then the gladiator, the general soldiers and stuff, and they were all amazing. And you didn't mind getting a few of them; they were great.
You had quite a lot of HeroClix stuff, right?
Yeah, I collected all of them.
Yeah. Okay.
And so NECA did everything. They did the Mirage, they did the comics, they did the cartoons, they did IDW, they did the Nickelodeon stuff. There was black and white color. They did a lot they did a lot. That was really good.
Wow. Okay.
Sold it all.
Yeah, cool. You sold it. Very funny guy. So yeah, that's Triceraton. I wanted to show you quickly what certain figures look like, just for those of you guys that if I can try and convince to get into the Mirage line is. So I'll bring these back again. So we got the Rat King here. For those of you guys that can recall, some of the other releases included things like, for example, the Shredder clone. Here's a side-by-side comparison.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you opened it.
Yeah, the Shredder clone has been open for ages. I think we opened it on a different episode.
Oh,
it also,
no, you've got multiples, I think.
Yeah, it also comes with this little guy here.
Yeah, that's that micro shredder. So the HeroClix game, me and my eldest used to play it all the time. We used to go up and do tournaments and stuff. And his favorite was the little shredder there. He'd go around and slice their the legs of everyone. He used to love that. So I've actually got him right here as well. I've got the.
Oh, show me. Where? Give me a sec. Oh yeah. So where's that? Is that Mirage? No, what's that? Where's that from?
Yeah, that's the Mirage. That's NECA.
Mirage. Okay. There you
I've
go.
got the big boy as well.
You have the Shredder clone as well. Okay. So what made you buy those?
Just purely for nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
Just wanted this little bloke here. Because my son was only he's probably 13 when he was playing, maybe 12 or 13. He's an adult now, so
yeah. There you go.
Stuck the little guy above the fridge.
These are cool, aren't they? I can see why.
Oh, they're great figures.
They are. They're fantastic. You remember this? This was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew. But was this
the original one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This was very hard. This was very hard to get.
I think they redid it in a standard release with a different coloured suit. I think she got the yellow suit.
The yellow
release.
Yeah, and then we also had these guys.
The good old mouses.
Mouses.
I love mouses.
And, you know,
Mouses are great.
I'm hoping that what do you call them? JoyToy does more.
JoyToys. Damn.
Yeah, Stockman was always.
The April figure comes with some of them, like broken versions.
Yeah, she does. She does, but like I want like a whole just a 10-pack of them because I want to just litter them throughout my. Yeah, just a battle pack of mouses because they're so.
I think they might have done that for the cartoon line, if I'm not mistaken, or they definitely did something. I know they did a Foot Soldier multi-pack, but I want to say they did mouses as well.
For the Super 7 have done a battle pack. I'm sure NECA did a battle pack as well, but the JoyToy.
I think for the cartoon line.
Yeah, that's
when I was little watching the 2000 show. because they had the mouses in that show. I would actually make my own mouses out of blue tack because I love mouses so much, and I just like
Very
make
cool.
them, and then I get my turtles to just bash them up and like smash them and just destroy them.
Have you seen the Super 7 figures of that cartoon?
Nah.
They've only done the 4 turtles, haven't they?
Nah, Shredder, Casey Jones.
I was actually looking at them on pop
April
culture
O'Neil.
earlier.
Oh, so the figures from that cartoon were good. The Super 7 ones are faithful to the cartoon. They look exactly like the cartoon did.
Yeah,
awesome.
they've
If that
been
was
on my
your
radar since
cartoon,
they're announced.
The 2002 one, if that's your cartoon, these figures are amazing.
I just don't know Super 7 with their history. I just don't know if I can go all in on a line that is done by them.
Well, Thundercats is I'm pretty happy with the way things have gone with Thundercats. So they've been doing Turtles in general for probably longer than the Thundercats, to be honest. So
Yeah.
they may not do a whole stack of the 2002 figures, but they've done the core figures so far. So that's good.
Because there are a lot of characters. There's like Hun and his and his clan. And
Oh my god, that'd be sick if we got a Hun toy. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
So there's a lot of characters that aren't
The
in
Purple
other
Dragons, is that
iterations
what they
of
were
Turtles.
called?
Yeah.
Were they called Purple Dragons? Yeah, the Purple Dragons. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, so there's, I guess it just depends on how successful these initial figures are, and because obviously, wallets do the talking, right? So if they sell well, then they'll look into doing other characters, I suppose.
I don't know with Super 7 though. They're funny, you know. You see a lot of their older figures sitting in online and stuff like that, and on shelves that are not selling, and they're still the lines are still going.
Yeah,
the Super 7 still do their made to order thing, where if you don't order it within a certain window, then it's gone.
I think for certain releases, right? No,
depends on the release. Okay.
Yeah, but the main lines, they're like the Thundercats and stuff. You can order in that window the Thundercats figures, but you can go back and order Thundercats figures from almost the beginning. There's a few that sell out and go, but for the bulk of it, I think they have incentives to buy through them. So they've got like head packs and stuff like that. But yeah, the Turtles are you could go and go in on all the original Turtle line, the Super 7 stuff, and you can get it easily now.
That's good.
Speaking of toy lines, it is like we touched on this before we started recording, but it's probably worth reminding people that the license is changing hands at the end of the year as well. Whereas it's currently being held by Playmates, who is then redistributing it to these other brands. It will be going to Mattel in 2027.
There's Hun right there.
Oh, so they have done him.
Oh, he looks great.
He looks great.
Sick. That's awesome. Oh,
So,
I love Tiny, which is such
and
a
then
big,
Army build Purple Dragons with it.
Yeah. The line is looking pretty deep, to be honest. They're getting stuck into it, so that's really good.
Another rabbit hole to jump down.
Yeah, it's bad. That's bad.
But I have look. I mean, since the original line, I have wanted, and since seeing what NECA and Super 7 have done with like the 80s Turtles specifically, I have kind of, and I think a lot of people who grew up on that early 2000s cartoon have been waiting for a toy line to do this with that iteration.
Yeah, there's April O'Neil.
Oh yeah,
yeah, she looks great.
Yeah.
And what's cool about the 2003 series is it adapts a lot from the Mirage comics.
It does, yeah,
and
good designs as well.
Yeah, great designs.
That was that talking about 2000X He-Man, about that era, about the same era, where I don't know what it was about the character designs in cartoons in that time. They were just so good.
Nice. So good.
Passion.
Oh, okay. Well, we want to quickly finish up with going back to JoyToy again. I think that's something that's relevant because we left the big guy for last. Does anyone know what I'm about to unbox and talk about
Possibly
real quick?
something that I have on the way.
Actually, no. Mikey can go and get his Krang because I want you to lick your lips. Because if Mikey can get his Krang and unbox the Krang, it's worth checking out. Because
I've already placed the order. There's no
Oh,
point
you
now.
bought it. You bought it.
I bought it.
Nice. Very
in
good.
the time that we're on this live stream, I get this private message from Jason going, "I've ordered the Krang."
So, Jason, here's a preview of what you're getting.
He couldn't even wait to jump off the stream.
We
I was
have
worried
one
somebody else would beat me to it.
delicious looking Krang. Now, is this the biggest box? No, it's the same box, same size as Metalhead. So
I can
let's
guarantee you
get-
the party van's going to be bigger.
Yes, okay, let's get fucking semantic. Sorry,
Big call.
nothing.
That's all right.
I mean, all right, rippity rip. Okay, you should be able to see this better now. So there's Krang. So we're just gonna go bang, bang,
him out,
bang.
get him
Let's
in.
get Krang.
And then
Oh,
stay
man.
tuned because afterwards we're going to be in this baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do have one question. This open window packaging is new to kind of the Turtle line, right? Because they never did it on any of the Warhammer stuff.
No, exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah,
He
no,
smells
they
plasticky.
never did. And I think having the open box window. Hang on a sec. Let's have a look at Krang.
Oh,
There he is. He's very hollow at the moment because we have Krang.
damn.
There he is.
He looks so good.
And the cool thing is, like, you just like, how do I get him in? Like, there's no room. You take this part off. You shove in his tummy brain. Put back over his outer goodness. And there you go, my friends. We have a very nifty looking Krang to go with your Metalhead.
You know what I really like about that?
Let's see if I can get it.
You've just done that without having to look at instructions. It was clearly very intuitive. You just looked at it and went, oh, I know how this works. And you were right. That is really
Yeah.
good toy design.
So there you go.
100%.
And part of
We
the
have-
aesthetics of the Turtles as well, because Krang is one of those characters that you know how he goes together.
Yeah, so there he is. He looks great.
Yes.
He looks like he fits into this scale. He's recognizable. He's another mech, so I'll really like him. And the painting and the sculpting. Let's have a look. You've got
Though
not only do you have
Though in the Turtles lore, though, he does his size. He can grow quite big, right?
Yeah, he can go whoop or whoop.
Yeah.
So yeah, but what you get, this is an interesting set actually. So your accessories are you get closed fists. So you get 2 trays again. Oh, that's sick. You get a mini walker for Krang
Yeah,
when
so
he's
good.
not in his giant mech. You get
When he's
closed
complaining
fists.
about not having a mech.
You've got a Morning Star. Let's see. There you
Big
go.
ass club on. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and
Wait,
then you
you've
get
got a chain.
kinda. It's one of the segments is like so you can
Oh, that's
kind
cool.
of yeah. You get an axe. You get a drill. You get fists. You get actually no, but it's a Foot logo, Foot Clan logo. Oh, there you go,
Oh, nice.
which is
nice.
cool.
Because
And
they
then
all come with those little
interestingly-
stands as well.
Do they,
But this
they do-
one, interestingly enough, this guy comes with the full stand. He gets a
Oh,
he
that's
gets a
awesome.
full stand to himself.
And look at all
and
the
then he
pegs
also
on
comes with so you can have all your mates gathering around, and you've got like some kind of surgery tool and some kind of zappy tool. So yeah, this is a really good set.
Nice.
But I think we're all eager to see what this van looks like.
Yeah, 100%.
Are you happy you made that purchase, Jason?
Oh yeah, like it's been sitting in my cart for a week for a reason.
Oh,
tonight
okay.
was Tonight was the catalyst, wasn't it?
It would have been a
I think
shame if
this- I
Mikey
think-
just opened the figure on the stream after Jason ordered it and like a joint popped out or something.
Yeah, it just bursts into flames or something.
My
But,
only
no.
regret is that I should have bought it last week, and that way I would have actually had it to open
Had it
for
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh well, you get 10% off tonight. So
that's right.
yeah, I think this is actually a
Nice.
stand for little Krang.
Yeah.
So for actual brain Krang. So that's
Oh,
little
okay.
stand. That's cool.
Mm.
No, that's really nice. I like that a lot.
The
He's very
turtles
good.
each come with one of those little stylized stands as well.
There you go.
Yeah, these. Yeah, I'll see if I can open it.
I get the impression that those little ones is more for like because different people like to display their things in different ways. So you got options.
Yeah,
And
that's,
options are good.
That's great.
Are all the turtle stands the same? They would be the same.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have a feeling that some of them are painted slightly differently because April and Casey's is more of a cement rather than the brickwork. So they might be varying them up a little bit.
Well, the 4 for the turtles are very similar, but I mean, you would like the one that comes with Krang.
Yep.
It's different to the ones that come with the turtles. So maybe
It's just
the others
a
combined
bit.
differently.
Yeah, this one just goes on his foot, so just a bit more stability for a pose and stuff. Whereas the other one's more for display ability with like a bit of architecture.
Very cool.
Do the figures stand okay on their own though? Because
Yes.
I can't help but think that them including these stands makes me think, oh, maybe
No.
they don't stand particularly
No,
well.
because this guy, look at
very
this.
well put together.
Okay.
Look at this fat guy and his little feet, and like I just put him down. I spank my desk, and nothing's happening, except the desk kind of flipped me off. Anyway,
I hinted at an embarrassing story earlier.
Yes.
Do we go there before we open the party van, or do you want me to tell the story while you're opening?
Let's do it. Tell the story while you're opening, but let's. I tell you what. Let's tell the story as I'm opening the van, but let's have a quick look at the box of the full van, shall we? Before we do that.
Yes.
There we go. Look at that. In all its glory.
pretty sexy. I have much regrets.
This is the reason I've been looking at the line so much because I
So-
really want this.
Have they sold out and they're waiting for a second lot, or
Yes,
because I noticed that? Okay, sweet.
it's up for
Yes, yeah.
pre-order again. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I noticed, and it says that there's a delay and it's due sometime in 2026.
Good night, David. See you
Night,
guys
Dave.
next week. Yeah, you can order this again, and they're certainly still in stock at JoyToy. So most dealers will still have them available. And I think, I mean, look, man, if you already have Andrew, if you already have 4 turtles,
Oh, that's that part of the reason why I got the turtles was because I'm getting that. So
yes. So yeah, all right, Jason, tell us your story. I'll get this baby out.
All right. So about 6 months before the original cartoon heads to TV, I'm in the shops with my grandmother or my nan. I don't know why I'm saying grandmother. She was never grandmother to me. And she actually pointed them out to me. And this is before Turtles had hit TV. So I had no idea what they were. And I'm kind of like, these things look really weird. But I don't want to buy them because they're clearly the bad guys. That was my reaction at the time. Because it wasn't on TV yet, so I had no idea what it was. It's
Yeah,
the
'cause you
first
saw them as
time
big
I
monsters.
remember toys hitting shelves before something was on TV. But this probably goes to show, like, because obviously it was already big in America at this point, and the internet hasn't really taken off the way that it will ultimately. But then, I mean, it may not have been 6 months. It feels like it was that now, but a matter of months later, we are in school making bandanas out of paper and coloring them in of our favorite turtle color. And I would teach myself to be able to hold my fingers like this so that I could be like one of the Ninja Turtles. This for me is a Turtles thing. It's not a Star Trek thing, which is odd. Because the Turtles don't have 5 fingers, right? They've only got 3. But yeah, my initial reaction was, no, I don't like those because I like to buy the good guys. Because they were just monsters.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, because they're monsters and you didn't know. Fair enough.
And then I legit turned into a huge fan.
There you go.
Well, all I can
What were you
say
gonna
is
say,
you will like this, Jason. You will like
Yeah,
this.
I'm looking forward to it.
Well, they should have sold us they should have brought the ones that they had sold in the UK where they said Hero Turtles, so they could make it clear they were the good guys, because obviously they couldn't have the word ninja on their packaging over there with their laws.
I ended up with a whole stack of the original UK comics that based on the cartoon, not the Mirage ones. But it was all
Adventures or something like that.
Yeah, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
There you go. Coolio. Well, shall we get to the big guy?
Crack it.
Yes.
Okay. Before I unveil that, it comes with instruction booklet.
Ooh.
The instruction booklet is fascinating because it's just a white sheet booklet, not in color, obviously save cost, and it just shows you all the different parts, the wing assembly, special effects parts assembly. Guess what, guys? It has a light switch.
Nice.
Ooh.
Battery housing. It shows you where to put the battery in.
AA or AAA?
Good question. It'll be 2 AAA.
Yeah.
2 AAAs. I don't have them, and I don't think they were shipped with batteries, obviously. It's a pity. Had I known, which I kind of knew was going to be the case, I didn't quite believe that this was going to be lit. For some reason, I just didn't think that it was going to be lit. So had I known, I would have prepared 2 AAA batteries, but never mind. It goes to show all the movable parts. Okay, so you got things like you can move the turrets, you can move the radar dish, you can open the back doors, the top hatch, the side doors, just incredible. The replacement units and the assemblies of all the different parts on the van itself. So very good. At least
I love that front part where you can store a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
Well, the front part.
If you're going to store a slice of pizza, that's where you want to store it.
Right.
It's so good. And it wouldn't surprise me if the pizza parts that came with the turtles would fit in that section.
Yeah,
there.
100%.
I'd assume they would, yeah.
Okay. So that's the booklet. Now, I'm going to show you how well this thing is packed. It's packed so nicely. Look at that.
Wow.
Okay. All I did was remove the top section, and this guy is heavy. Holy moly. Look at the tray too. So with all the different parts in the tray.
Wow.
All right. So the wing, the manhole cover, the stand. Guys. Good Lord. And look at that van. Look at that van. Look at
the wheels turn.
The wheels turn too. Look, the glint.
Bloody hell.
My goodness. My goodness.
No, but the front wheels steer as well.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Oh, they do too.
That's
All right.
incredible detail.
Does it turn the steering wheel?
get
Tell
that
me it
much
turns the steering wheel.
And
Oh,
guys, look at
God.
all.
Can you
look at
imagine
all
if
the
it was all connected?
Wow.
Look at all the weathering. Look at all the weathering.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
I'm sorry, but
You're not helping. You're making
I'm
this
sorry.
so much harder.
This is. Oh my goodness. Oh,
Love it.
I'm
Don't even want
just
to wait
gonna
till
say
SUGO
this
gets the
now.
stock back in. Just want to go on
Guys,
eBay and buy it.
Yeah.
look at the back. Look at the weathering on the back. Look at the number plate.
That's so good.
Oh my goodness. I honestly, I was really skeptical because I thought, okay, there's a lot of hype around this van. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm speechless. This has to be one of my best toys for 2026. 100%.
Yeah, that's great.
Let's look at the front again.
I assume RGT 48. That number plate has to be a reference to something.
Yeah, it would. If you look it up, I mean, all these, and I'm just, I should have had those.
So what's
batteries
lighting up?
Jesus, even Ashby goes, Jesus, that
I'm
turtle
guessing
van
the
looks cool.
lights.
Yes, the lights, yeah. So, yeah, they would light up here in the front and the top as well. Underneath look at the chassis. There's a switch over here.
Mm.
So, guys, this is heavy.
Mm.
This is so heavy. I mean, look at that.
That's so
Right.
cool.
There's more weathering on this than there is on the HasLab Ghostbusters Ecto 1.
Oh my God. Guys.
Those wheels turning is just insane.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Look at the size of it. And it's so nice and cute.
Mm.
Okay,
it's probably
Clinton,
best
you've convinced
design.
me. I'm gonna get one.
Um,
It's like the only thing I'm missing from my collection.
Mm.
So, JoyToy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles van, 1/18 scale. From a collector's perspective, the JoyToy Turtle van is arguably the most realistic and modern interpretation of the iconic party wagon ever produced, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Rather than recreating the exaggerated cartoon vehicle, JoyToy, imagine what the turtle van would look like if it existed in the real world while retaining all the charm of the 1987 animated series. Okay. Modern day tactical design inspired by the classic 1987 party wagon, realistic portions with a rounded front end here. It's nice and rounded, giving it the appearance of a believable urban utility van rather than a cartoon sort of van, so to speak. Outstanding with the sort of paint applications. The panel lining is sensational. Subtle battle wear, create a sort of a lived-in utilitarian kind of look. Fully detailed interior as well. I wish you guys could see it, but it's kind of hard to see. But the interior is fully detailed. It has the driver's cabin. It's got seat belts in there, guys. Turtle computer station as well inside, which I'll have a look in a minute. Opening radar compartment. Let's try and get this guy open. But I tell you what, I am just wow. This, oh my Lord. Let me swap cameras. Oh, it's pity you can't see it because it's going to be pretty hard to see inside but I can tell you that the inside looks amazing. The side doors open up as well. Oh man, okay, let's see if we can. Let me try and open up the doors. This is the toy. This is the toy, guys. This is the toy for 2026. I'm just in awe. It has like like I said, turtle computer stations that you can see back here. Opening rear and front compartment. Let me try and see if I can open the rear without breaking it. There we go. I've opened the rear. Okay, good. I'm going to show you in a minute. Folding center access ladder. Multiple opening features, side doors, rear barn doors, removable roof, deployable side weapons, functional LED headlights, tail lights, this just is premium. Includes the iconic roof-mounted turtle launcher platform from 1987 cartoon opening sequence, a feature requested by collectors and faithfully realized here. Designed specifically for JoyToy's highly articulated 118 figures, allowing for dynamic display options. Oh, guys. Need I say more?
It's got a set of booby bombs as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it also has, not sure you can see this, but it comes with these cool, which is hats, set of cones, a few more little, you got a sort of, what do you call it? Little canister here for
Fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher. You got little bits and pieces.
Is that flight
Oh, that's cool.
stance?
You've got some. Yeah, you've got little
That's
like warning and road obstruction things. You know, that's cool. So that you can run over them and stuff.
And then let's look at the accessories here. Just up here like that. There we go. We have the spare wheel on the back, the spoiler, more panels here, manhole cover. You got, like I said, all these bits and pieces here that go onto the van as well. Fucking sensational. Look at that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So good.
Unreal. That's a fair amount of detail, even on the inside of the van. Let me see if I can swap this around again and show you the inside of the back of it. I mean, guys, this thing is heavy. It is heavy.
Wow.
It is heavy. Very.
Can you imagine how much the NECA one weighs if that's heavy?
Yeah, but I feel like the NECA one probably. I don't know, man. This is hard to beat. Does the NECA one light up?
I don't know. I wouldn't assume so, but it's obviously it's in scale with those NECA figures, so it would be a lot bigger.
You know what? For argument's sake, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to open Michelangelo, and I'm going to show you how it scales with him. Okay, let's check it out. Look, I'm just blown away. I'm flabbergasted at the amount of detail in this van. I'm just going to swing him around again. I haven't even put all the accessories on it yet, but it just looks glorious. And like I said, the wheels turn. So I'm going to open Michelangelo just quickly and then put Michelangelo next to him or next to the vehicle, and then you can look at it just for scale reference. It probably will be a good indication of how it will probably display on a stand or on a shelf. And it's nice for once to have 1/18 scale to have, and that's the thing I gotta say about. That's the one thing I got to say about Star Wars 3¾ inch in the vintage collection line. With 6-inch figures, it's always really hard to, get vehicles or anything like that where you can have an accurate representation or something that's to scale as well. So it makes sense now, obviously, to have 1/18 scale and this highly detailed to be able to then have, and I guarantee at some point, I reckon what JoyToy will probably do, it wouldn't surprise me, is if they made the sewer sets and different things like that to expand on the line. Now, wouldn't that be marvelous?
I mean, with how well this has done, I wouldn't be shocked if they even do like a Technodrome or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, with their scale, they're probably the best. I mean, this is probably our best shot of getting a redone or revamped Technodrome from that original line, because all the other lines, it would just be way too big.
Yeah.
I'd love to see them do the drill vehicle thing.
I've just opened, well, there's your reference again. I'll show you in a minute in terms of the number plate.
Yeah, right, yeah, on his back.
On his
Is
back,
it the same
right?
one? It is too.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that's scale. The scale. There you go.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
how lovely is that? So, who is in for the van on this panel
Yep.
tonight?
Yeah, I was
I
buying it
definitely
before.
want it.
I was buying it before I even came on. So.
Ooh, so don't forget, thanks to our sponsors tonight, for those of you guys that want to get your discount codes, here's a little short message.
This episode of Toy Reel is proudly brought to you by SUGO Toys.
I will say one thing though, which is a bit disappointing, is that the paint slop is not that great. There's a bit of paint slop on the figures,
Yeah.
particularly if you look at the eyes. Right?
I mean,
I'm being super critical here. Not saying that it's not good. But
I think
yeah.
when you're doing heavily painted mass release figures or toys, I think this is bound to happen.
Yeah.
Especially at this scale.
Yeah.
Apparently RGT 483 is actually the product line. That's the code for the product code.
Oh, that's
There you
cool.
go. I'm sure some of you guys already would have looked at this before. Did you say it was product line? Just the code for it, was it?
It's the code
Jason?
for the product line, apparently. Yeah.
The original line or the JoyToy line?
The JoyToy one.
Okay.
This is just the information I'm finding when I look it up.
Either way, it's cool.
Again, you guys would have shown slice of pizza, com set, these sort of nunchucks, kind of very cool effects. Skateboard.
I like how Michelangelo's slice of pizza is bitten into.
Yeah, it's eaten.
Yeah.
and then
I
all the
think
different names.
Raphael's comes. It's like it's pulled, like it's got a cheese pull.
Yeah, that's cool.
Each of them
It's
is
cool that
different.
they're all different.
Yeah, it's good.
Where cheese ball? You got it there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Very good.
Uh,
Donatello's has one little nibble out of it, and Leonardo's is still complete. Yeah, it's really good.
He's a completionist.
so yeah, look at that. Well, I'm gonna turn him around here again so you can look at him. Maybe standing next to the door for scale.
Can you bring in one of the random NECA figures just for a second as well, just for scale, for those that are asking in the comments?
Yes, sure. Let's have a look here. So that's going to be very, very big.
That's the Mezco one.
That's the
Yeah.
Mezco one.
It's
That's
about
Yeah,
the
John,
same,
it's definitely smaller, but it's designed to be because it's designed to work with their figures.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's definitely designed for their 1/18th. It ain't heavy, they're my brothers. I'll take him out, but oh god, I am just so blown away by this. I mean, I think unlike previous turtle vans, I think JoyToy didn't simply upscale or copy the original toy. Instead, they ask, what if the party wagon were engineered today? So I think this really blends the 1987 cartoon aesthetics, military vehicle engineering, sort of real world automotive detailing, modern technical equipment, anime-inspired mechanical styling. And it feels like something the Turtles could genuinely build in Donatello's workshop when you think about it. So,
Yeah.
Comparison to the previous Turtle vans, if I had to do a comparison, like look, it's a long shot here. I'm not going to say that this is the best, but from what I've done so far and what we've unboxed so far, and just feeling it in my hand, the company design philosophy, I think Playmates, when they did their van, a sort of cartoon toy for sort of more playability. NECA, sort of the NECA's van, I think, which I think maybe Talon you ordered or something, but did you end up getting the NECA van?
Yeah, I did, but I haven't opened it because it's so big.
Yeah. That one is screen accurate recreation of the 1987 cartoon vehicle. Then Super 7 Ultimates, actually, Andrew, they did a premium reinterpretation of the vintage Playmates toy.
Yeah.
They're pretty sure they did. And then now, obviously, with JoyToy, this is, the real world tactical redesign with modern engineering. Now, some things maybe, let's have a look here. I'm going to put him in here. See. Okay, so I've got him. I'm going to turn him around quickly and just do that and bring him into the center of the frame and then place the figure here. It's going to look like. I think in terms of scale, they could have made just a tad bigger because the small interior means that the turtles can feel slightly cramped, sort of, when fully equipped. Some accessories, for example, like the front door toolbox cover and hubcaps can be quite fiddly. The front door does look fiddly. Actually, it does look like it's about to. I don't know. The seams don't look very, very flush. So that's just me being super fussy. I'll show you that now. Let me swing that around so you can see the doors open. So that's pretty cool, right? But it's still a bit fiddly, actually. You see that? Yeah. And I think that's about it. But I'll have to sort of, muck around and play with it a bit more and then see how it goes. And I'm sure once you guys, get your hands on it, you'll be able to say. So my quick assessment of this thing, just tonight, opening everything up and just having a look at the amount of detail, the amount of accessories, I would say sculpt, 5 stars. Paint, 5 stars. Engineering, I think 5 out of 5. The features and the playability, 5 out of 5. I'm just being, I'm just in awe. I cannot believe it. Display presence, it is a glorious, gorgeous looking van. Playability, maybe 4 stars because it can be quite fiddly. I think just opening bits and then having a look at amount of parts. But value for money, 5 out of 5.
So very good.
As far as verdict's concerned, I think this van succeeds because, it respects the legacy, I think, of the original party wagon while sort of confidently sort of reimagining it for today's collector. It captures the spirit, I think, of the 1987 cartoon, but filters it through a lens of a sort of modern day industrial design. That's the word I was looking for. It's got a very industrial design look, realistic proportions, and once again, exceptional engineering by a Chinese company. For many collectors, I think it sits comfortably alongside NECA's animated turtle van rather than replacing it. I think if you have the NECA turtle van sitting alongside it, one on a larger scale and one in this scale, it looks fantastic on your shelf. And I think NECA delivers the definitive screen accurate vehicle, while I think JoyToy offers the what if, and this is the kind of like the what if version. A practical, tactical party wagon that feels as though it's been driven straight out of the New York sewers into the real world, I think. And it's no surprise that the early reviewers have described this van as one of the finest turtle vehicles produced. There you go, guys. Man, I'm just gushing over this thing at the moment. It's just crazy. Anyway.
Well worth gushing over.
Yeah. Can the JoyToy turtles sit in? Yes, you can actually pose them in there, and you can actually you can sit them in the front cockpit if you need to, and they actually can easily go in there, but you have to articulate them and fit them in the van altogether. But I did say that the cabin area is slightly small to put all of them in there. You're going to need to do an end of week musing so we can hear your thoughts after having some time to mess with everything. Definitely, for sure. I think this is something I will have to do as an individual review there's something coming up where I'm doing a segment called Panel Plastic, and it's like little reviews under 90 seconds, and then we'll do them on our socials as well. So stay tuned for those as well. It does look like a Volkswagen combi van style. Certainly does, but it rides low too. I think Andrew, I'm sure you like your low riders and everything about vehicles.
Yeah, no, it looks insane. It's so good.
Yeah, crazy.
I'm
right?
sitting here putting it into my SUGO cart right now.
Oh dear, tragic. Okay.
I mean, while you're there, I mean, you need a couple of villains. You may as well get.
The old Krang probably won't. I probably won't go past him.
You know what you guys need to get the Triceratons, because I didn't get the chance to open these guys tonight, but they are by far the most articulated Triceratons of any of the Ninja Turtle toys. So these guys are badass. I think Nostalgia Unboxed or Unboxed. He was saying that
both. He does both channels.
Yeah, these are by far the best Triceratons in the entire TMNT toy line ever produced by any company. These are by far the most articulate. So yeah, there you go. So all right, guys. Well, so let's conclude by saying that it was a wonderful TMNT episode and having all you fine gentlemen on tonight's show. But we must conclude by getting probably a couple of takeaways from this tonight's stream. Which company do you think does what best in terms of the different TMNT lines? That's something I'm going to throw out there.
I think NECA is top when it comes to the nostalgia of the product line. Mm-hmm. Just purely out of volume, if nothing else. But I mean, they are quite literally doing carbon 3D copies of what was on screen.
In relation to the media, NECA's got it down pat. Whether it's comics, whether it's cartoons, they do it better than anyone else.
Okay.
NECA's pretty cool.
Nostalgia.
I was just going to say, just with this experience of JoyToy, like I have some NECA stuff and it's really fun, and like the sculpting and the painting is amazing and all that, but just the playability and the NECA does pretty good accessories and stuff, but far out. These are just these two JoyToy figures that I've opened. They are insanely fun little toys, and they're affordable, and they don't take up much space, and they're the line for me. JoyToy.
Okay.
I think nostalgia for the original toys goes to Super 7. I think they've made their line of original Turtles, like they're so faithful to the originals, and even down to their accessories and stuff. But with the ability to change them up if you want. But that nostalgia for that original toy line, if that's where your entry point was, those Super 7 ones, you can't go past them.
Okay. Yeah, cool. What about you, Taylor?
Yeah, I think if you could only have one representation of Turtles or one Turtle line in your display or in your collection, I think it would be NECA's cartoon line. I think that says it all, really.
And it's nice. It's interesting to see how Talon has his preference, Andrew has his, Mikey has his. In terms of, like I said, the I guess the connection you have with the aesthetics, right, and the representations, right. But it's nice to see quite a diversity in terms of what Andrew, what Talon, and what Mikey, and then myself, and also what Jason thinks in terms. But I have a list of what I think which company categorically does well and who the clear winner is in each category. But before we do that, Jonathan says, I think JoyToy does it best because you're not comparing anything to connected media, so you can't say, oh, that isn't like the cartoon or comic or movie. So it makes it easier to give them a higher mark.
I actually, that's the reason why I've been looking at them for so long. He's pretty much,
yeah.
it's the only one I've considered buying in a long time.
But also,
Yeah.
you can make the case for if you want to have just the 4 turtles in your display, but you want an ultra premium representation, that Mezco set is a great option. To touch on Super 7's point of kind of revamping the old toy line, it's interesting how they've done that with the 80s figures, but not with, say, the 2000s cartoon. They're kind of making them more faithful to the cartoon, which is interesting.
Yeah. I think I think they've done the old line on purpose the way they have to introduce them to the Turtles, because that's how they started with the Turtles. Whereas I think that they're trying to attract that the media backing with the 2002 cartoon series, which if they keep going down the line that they are, they're winning with it, because those figures look amazing.
But also NECA was already doing the 80s cartoon, so there was no point really Super 7 doing it, I guess. But
100%.
the two brands give you options, right? So if you want a revamped toy line, you can go the Super 7 route. But if you want the cartoon aesthetic, you can go the NECA route.
Yep, exactly right.
So I'm curious, actually, because Andrew has all 4 turtles there in his grasp at the moment in front of him. From an aesthetic standpoint, how and that's, you can be brutally honest. The look of them, again, hyper stylized, reimagination. Would you say that? How do they compare to your faithful? Would if you let's put it this way, would you buy them again if you realized how?
So the only, like, the point that everyone's making with these JoyToy figures is exactly right. Is that there's no media backing them, so there's nothing for people to say, well, this isn't that correct, and that doesn't do this, and this isn't that. It's JoyToy's realization. Somebody sat down and they've done the Militaria type designs and the playability for them, the size, so that the collection's not going to take up a whole heap of space. That's 100%. I'm all in on the Turtles for those. The only thing that people maybe your and my age, Clinton, is that there is no connection to a media. So that may be a reason why somebody goes for like the NECA cartoon over the JoyToys or something along those lines. Okay. So I'm going to finish and conclude with a list. Okay. So again, categorically, let's look at these couple of points. So in terms of the Mirage Comics category, I would say NECA wins. Okay. 100%.
In terms of the 1987 cartoon category, I would say NECA wins.
Yep.
In terms of the 1990 movie, I would say NECA wins.
Yep.
In terms of the original vintage feel, I would say Super 7 wins.
Agreed.
Yeah. In terms of the classic play value, I would say Playmates. Classic play value. In terms of vehicles and play sets that were on offer, Playmates. Okay. In terms of premium display figures, I'm with Talon on this one. It'll be Mezco. In terms of soft goods and tailoring, again, I would say Mezco. In terms of articulation, I would say, I'm sure we all can agree, I would say JoyToy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. JoyToy, yeah, because they have. In terms of 1/18 scale, because there's no other company, of course, JoyToy. And the best overall comic accuracy, I'm sure this one would be easy to pick. Best overall comic accuracy. Which company would you say is the clear winner? NECA?
Well, there's only one company that's done it.
Yeah. Yep. NECA. So I think as far as our verdict or collector's verdict, I think so each company occupies a distinct niche within the TMNT collecting world, right? So to me, I feel like NECA is the historian, sort of faithfully bringing the Mirage comics, the classic cartoon, and the 1990s film to life with exceptional accuracy. Okay, safe to say that. Mezco Toys, on the other hand, is the kind of luxury brand, producing like very high-end stylized interpretations designed for sort of premium display. Playmates is the foundation of the entire franchise, responsible for the original toy phenomenon that sort of introduced TMNT to millions of kids and adults and continues to define, I think, the brand for generations, because there's always, like I said, it's synonymous. You hark back again to Playmates, and that kind of brought everything. Like I said, what did I say? 1 billion? I think it was 1 billion, right? Yeah. Super 7 is the nostalgia specialist. Super 7 is always, like I said, that pays that love letter, celebrating sort of the charm and the creativity of the original 1988 Playmates, line through kind of oversized collector focus reinterpretations.
Yep.
And then JoyToy, lastly, is the sort of modern innovator applying sort of cutting edge articulation engineering to create highly posable figures in a compact 1/18 scale. So for long-time collectors, these lines, I think, complement rather than compete with one another. Would you say they don't really compete, they complement, and each celebrates sort of a different era or interpretation of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, offering something unique, I think, for every type of fan. So that is, I think, in a nutshell, the conclusion.
Yeah.
Yep, I think that's accurate. Yep.
Okay, all right. On that note, Taylor needs to have his dinner. And once again, gents, so lovely to have all you guys on tonight. What a great episode. I know it was a long one, sorry, but there was a lot to get through. Mikey's sitting there with a big smile on his face. He probably needs to go to the bathroom. But don't forget, Andrew, good to see you. It was a nice little surprise tonight. Have you back on, the prodigal son.
Yeah, it's awesome
lovely.
to be here. Yeah, it's great to see everyone.
Happy to have you.
Always love to have you. And Jason, always thanks for your time. Palin, thank you so much. Mikey, thank you for unboxing stuff. Always a hoot, to do these things. And hopefully we will do something again next week, but we'll keep everyone posted. In the meantime, don't forget, like, share, subscribe. And also don't forget to enter last week's comp. Look at the previous episode to win your prizes. And great show, fellas. Great content and discussion indeed. So once again, guys, thank you so much. We have to thank our sponsors, SUGO Toys. So on that note, everyone have a great night. Thanks, lads, and we'll speak to everyone soon.
Love
Take
being
care.
a turtle.
Turtle wax.
Heroes in a half show. Turtle power.
Power.
Bye.
This episode of Toy Reel is proudly brought to you by SUGO Toys.